Well, fan channel meet in Manchester. This is Unfiltered live with me and Civir. I feel like it's probably the first show we've done just as a pair for quite a bit. So it'll be interesting to get into detail on a couple of things. And the main things that we're going to be talking about, Antoine Semenyo, Red Devils or Blue Moon, which side of Manchester is he going for? We're also going to talk about Lisandro Martinez, his future potentially in the midfield. The actual midfield in January, possible targets. Can we go for someone like a Ruben Neves? And Joshua Zirkzee's departure seems more and more imminent as the hours get on, as he kind of agrees personal terms or whatever you want to call it with Roma. So we'll touch on that. I'm sure Chivy's interested to speak about that situation. But yeah, Semenyo, Chivy, is where we're at the minute. And according to David Ornstein, I'm just going to pop it on the screen now, because whenever David Ornstein speaks, most people kind of take notice. Manchester United and Manchester City are the leading contenders to sign Antoine Semenyo. Spurs were very keen and prepared to pay Semenyo a significant salary, but he is politely focusing on other options, and that was via NBC Sports when he was doing a bit of a news round and breakup for him. Yeah, weird one, isn't it, Chivy? Because you look at how light we are in the midfield currently at the minute. Obviously, we didn't have Cass for Villa. Gate's not playing the best. Mainu's injured. Bruno Fernandes is injured. Does it surprise you that United are pushing forward to go for Semenyo?
No, because I don't think this was as a result of like the midfield players not being available. I think it might have been something that we might have been trying to do maybe in the summer. Maybe they have some insight about his contract running out. I don't know. It was one of those things, but I don't think it's a direct response to the missing personnel in the midfield. I just think they want to boost attacking options. Maybe it has something to do with Zirkzee leaving, and they want to get like an attacking option to come in for him. So it could be one of them ones, or it's like we say all the time. Maybe it's just an opportunity that they've spotted. Maybe they know something's up. Spoken to his agent, he wants to leave, that sort of thing, and they think they just need to act now instead of waiting till the summer.
It's interesting, isn't it? The tricky part is, like, I really like him as a player, and I would take him in a heartbeat. It's the biggest question, I think, coming from United fans and people in general, and if I'm wrong, people in the chat correct me, is where is he going to fit into this team? Like, where can you see him playing? Do you think we can? Will it feel like shoehorning a little bit, or do you think the guy can play anywhere?
I don't know. I think it might be, competitive. It might be an option for for him and Mbuemo to fight for that position, or him and Ahmed to fight for the position. It's just to have more quality. To boost our what's the word? Every time I finish work, depth. Thank you. Whenever I finish work around this time, I lose my word. Sorry.
I'm used to it, mate. It's 4 years.
Yeah. Right? Your brain is just just to improve depth. He doesn't have to start. And I don't think it's a situation where anyone deserves to start. I think it's a sort of situation where you play well and you train well, and then the manager picks the team based on the position. But as far as I know, Semenyo he's most effective from that right wing. I don't know if he's ever played. I mean, whoever knows more about if you know more than this, then please chime in. But I'm not sure if is he good on the left? Does he play on the left as well?
Semenyo he plays everywhere. I think he's played most of his minutes on the left-hand side for Bournemouth, but he's played quite a bit on the right. He's played as a 9 for him as well. And obviously the demands of the Iraola system, they were extreme. They're probably the biggest grafters in the Premier League in terms of like pressing and getting back.
Yeah.
So the thought is, or the kind of brainchild at the moment, is that he could potentially play left wing back. But in Amorim's system, from what I've known and what I've watched at Sporting, it's always been kind of one more defensive wing back and then one more attacking. And even when we have Ahmad on that right-hand side, again, I don't know if you agree or not, but I feel like that it can be targeted sometimes a little bit because he hasn't got that kind of natural defensive thing. So that's why I'm trying to piece in my head together where he would fit. But I would never, ever say no to Semenyo because I've watched the guy the past couple of years. The guy is a talented, physical player. So I don't know. The question is, like, do you just get someone because they are available and they've got a release clause if he was going to go for him in the summer?
Not necessarily. It doesn't sound like an Ineos type of move to just go for anyone because they're available. I think profile-wise, I think any United fan would agree that Semenyo fits the profile, to play for us, like dynamic winger. And at Sporting, most of Amorim's wing backs were actually wingers. Like it was like a profile of a winger, rather than a right back or anything. So yeah, I mean, that's, if we get Semenyo, great. That's up to the manager to work out where he wants to play him. But I think he can play a couple of positions for us.
The other teams that are in the loop for him, I mean, they're saying the main ones are City and United. They're the one who are going head-to-head at the minute, and he's close to making his decision. But Liverpool as well have kind of sniffed around him, and there's interest there. Obviously, Salah's at AFCON. You don't know what's going to happen afterwards with all the drama that came before that. Would it make sense for any of those other teams, do you think? Or more sense for him to go there if you're Antoine Semenyo right now?
Yeah, if you're Semenyo, you go to City.
Do you think he suits City, though?
I don't know. I'm just saying for him. Like, you fancy his chances there.
Probably going to win the league, aren't they? By the looks of it.
There's less pressure. There's more chance of winning the trophy. You're not under scrutiny. There's other players there. That sort of thing. You come to United, you have to prepare for the drama.
Yeah.
Right. So it's one of them ones, and say AFCON happens. I don't know. Does AFCON happen every year or every 2 years? I don't know.
It's every 2 years.
Every 2 years or something. Yeah. So then we lose Mbeumo, Ahmad, and Semenyo.
You're full attack.
Entire attack just goes to AFCON. But I think. Well, just to answer your question, if I was him, I'd go City, man.
Yeah. I get it. They look like they're on track to win the league. For me, stylistically, I actually think Semenyo would suit us a lot better. And the reason why I say that is when I watch Semenyo, he operates in space. When he's got space to run into, that's when he kills teams. With City having the large part of the ball possession, and teams, a lot of teams sitting back. And I know that it's not the City of old who do that, but they still largely like to have the majority. They've mixed up a little bit. I feel like Semenyo attacks space really well. So for United, you look at how direct we are and how quickly we get it into the forwards. I feel like it would be perfect. And if I'm Semenyo, if I'm trying to make a case as a United board member or a chief negotiator or whatever, I'm saying, look at Cunha, how he's settled in, Premier League proven player, very similar age to yourself. Brian Mbeumo is the exact same. Like, these players are all the same attacking players, similar age, been in the Prem for a few years. And you would say right now at the minute, Cunha and Mbeumo, they've good signings. It's worked so far. I'm not saying they've been amazing, but they've been pretty good. So that's like kind of evidence there to say, it's a little bit different to, we're signing players and it's not working. That's the case I would put forward, but it's hard to argue.
It really depends on like his goals of what he really wants to achieve. Like if he is chasing trophies, then Man City. But then if he wants playing time, if he wants to, he'd have way more playing time at United than he would at Man City. Man City have, he's got Dogu, there's Foden, Cherokee. Yeah, it's gonna be a right competitive environment there. But here, I think he would get a little bit more relevance from the fans, more support. He'd probably play more. We might even pay him a little bit more than City. Who knows? I don't know. But but it's really up to him. If he values playing time, making an impact. Yeah, I think we might just edge City on that front. Really,
I find it baffling now how like we're looking at. It's like if Manchester United was a house at the minute, right? We spent all the fucking money on the front room and getting the couch in and the TV and the rug and everything, and the kitchen's just got nothing in it. There's no fridge. There's no even electric in it. Like, we're so bad at the back. We've kept one clean sheet all season. We've conceded 30 goals, I think it is as well. And they're still looking at like, oh yeah, let's go get Semenyo as well. But at the same time, it's exciting because I think, mate, a front three of Mbeumo, Cunha, and Semenyo, like, fucking hell, that's dangerous.
Yeah, I like the analogy you use, but then the answer I give to you is that the architect of the house is is the one that you ought to blame. To be honest, I honestly think so.
Yeah.
I think it's the architect. I think he has the tools to make an amazing kitchen or back room or whatever, but he just doesn't know how to use them. Like, he's got proper tools at the back, but he just doesn't know how to use them. And if he continues to go down this route, we will continue to concede. This is what we do. We're so easy to play against. I mean, you made the point where we're level on goals scored with Arsenal, and we are 6th or 5th in most conceded.
As many as Nottingham Forest, who are, I think they're like 16th in the league at the minute.
Yeah, and then I think Wolves have only not Wolves. Yeah, it's some crazy stat. Like, we're not far off, right?
We're conceding too many goals. That's like
way too many goals. Yeah, way too many goals. With goals, chances, it's so easy to play against us. So I don't think it's really the personnel. I think it's just the way we set up.
Interesting.
But, yeah.
All right, let's see what everyone else is saying. Charlie's saying, don't think we'll see a decision today. Maybe this week. I see him going to Liverpool since they're back in for him after the Isaac injury. Yeah, do you know he's broke his leg? Isaac.
I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that today, yeah.
I mean, that is... Look at a signing. No one thought it would go that way. £130 million on arguably the best striker at the time in the Premier League. No pre-season. And when he does finally start getting minutes and starts to and scores a goal, literally as soon as he scores a goal, he snaps his fucking leg. You're like, wow, that guy cannot get a break. But I'm sure there's a lot of Geordies in the north who are celebrating it. I can imagine. James McGrogan, at the start of the season, a lot of people were apprehensive about Ahmad playing wing-back role, but that right-hand side has been fruitful. If Semenyo is willing, him and Cunha could be deadly. I agree with that, the combinations between them up top. But again, it keeps going back to that AFCON thing. Even if imagine if we signed Balibo as well. Like Balibo, Semenyo, and Buma,
everybody.
Ahmad, Mizraoui, your full team, basically.
Everyone's just gone,
That's
and to be fair, like,
Ghana haven't qualified, have they, for AFCON?
No, they didn't qualify for AFCON. They qualified for the World Cup.
Yes, yeah.
So that's the thing. And to be fair, I actually expected just a little bit more from Mbeumo and Ahmad. I know it's coming. It's going to come. But I expected just,
Yeah. I thought Mbeumo, obviously got player of the month, was it in October? Premier League player of the month, I think. And then after that, it dropped off quite a bit. I thought his finishing in the last game, the one, was it Bournemouth or maybe the one before that, was quite bad in front of goal. So he'll know it himself. It's his first year in it. But I do agree with you there. We need to play Mbeumo and Semenyo on the wings and Ahmad in the 10. It seems Ruben likes the idea of converting wingers. He did that at Sporting too.
Yeah.
I just think our midfield needs to understand when to create that 5 when defending. Why players are forward, partly why we're leaking goals. Can we discuss Leacher as a 6? We absolutely can. And that's going to be the next kind of conversation. Let me just put some stats on your screen for you because I thought these were fascinating. So 45 minutes in midfield against Aston Villa, 100% aerial duels won, 38 total touches, 32 passes attempted, 29 completed, 5 passes into the final third, 3 ball recoveries, and 1 shot as well. Now, not absolutely outstanding stats. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh my God, this guy's the new Sergio Busquets. But I have to admit, watching him, Civir, again, I'm just presuming you've watched the Aston Villa game.
Mm-hmm.
He was good, man, when he came on. I was looking at it. It looked like he'd been playing there all his life. I don't know if you agree.
Remember, but we spoke about this maybe like a month ago when I said I wouldn't, I said like it's a long shot, but I wouldn't mind seeing Nietzsche.
Yeah, I remember.
In the middle. Do you remember when I said,
I disagree with you. I said I don't think it'd work. And the reason why I said that is because the positioning in central midfield as opposed to when you're in the back line is completely different. Because as you got to have the blinkers on everywhere as a midfielder, like 360. Whereas when you're in a back line, everything's in front of you almost.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought it's like, and he didn't really get pressed quite a lot. Like disturbed. It felt like Villa sat off a little bit.
But remember, like he's one of the most press-resistant players that we have.
He is.
Remember, even when in defense, like he's so comfortable on the ball.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why I don't remember the conversation we had. I don't remember you disagreeing with me on that, but I remember like the reason why I always felt he was I won't say perfect, but why I thought he would be able to do well in that role is the passing ability, his ability to spread the ball.
Yeah.
He's very comfortable on it. He's press resistant, and he scans. He's one of the few players I know that he scans. His chemistry with the players around him, like I was really, really impressed. And Lisandro can have an attacking sort of,
he's contributed.
Yeah.
Before he got injured as well, right?
Yeah. So attack-wise, like he plays a lot of line-breaking passes, and it's perfect. And I think it'll work. And I don't know what people would think, but I wouldn't mind seeing, especially against Newcastle, him and Cass. I'd love to see that. Like,
is that too defensive though? Do you think?
I don't think so. I think it can be defensive when it needs to be, and I think they can go. And I think in attack because
Cass up more, maybe.
One of them they can rotate because Cass adds in attacking threat as well, and Lisandro as well. And I think even if it's not for the long run, but for the short term, if it means keep making us more secure, if it means at the very least we don't lose, we don't concede, that's the start. And then we can worry about going, because I'd rather see that than have Uarte and Kasaka. I like Uarte, but
you like it?
But in the system, as a player, but in the system, he's just useless. Like it's not. I don't. It's not his fault. I don't think he's a bad player. I just think he's not in the right sort of environment. I don't think the style of play suits him. I think if he went somewhere else, he'd be able to play like in the midfield three, it'd be perfect.
Yeah,
like he'd play really well. You have that one player. You know how Cass used to be for Modric and Toni Kroos, where it was he'd just break up and then just give it to Modric and Kroos, and they'd run the show. That sort of thing. He'd work in that sort of situation, but for just being one of two, nah.
I think it's more of a Premier League thing for me with Ugarte. I don't think he's physical enough. He can't hold his own on the ball. I see, and that's a bit of an annoying habit, I think, with a few of our midfielders. Like Casemiro's strong, but his timing on the ball at times can be annoying because he can just spend too long on it and get his pocket picked. And Ugarte's the same. The same thing that happened against West Ham happened against who did we play yesterday? Okay, now Villa. Sorry.
Villa.
You say you've been working, you're tired, fucking hell. I can't yeah,
well, they both wear claret and blue, so it's like
exactly.
We'll chalk it up to that.
They were a little bit slow on the ball, and it pushed off a little bit, and it's just like. Whereas Lisandro, you are right, he is press resistant. He does kind of fizz it through the lines, and one thing that always sticks in my head, I remember Eric Ten Hag talking about it, is having certain footed players in certain areas, so it's balance in terms of passing angles and stuff like that. And I think Lisandro as a left-footed player and Casemiro as a right-footed player, like on either side, I think that could be really, really good. And both of them quite good first-time passing as well. So actually, I think Casemiro, Lisandro, Mount just ahead of him, I think that could be really, really good. I think that should be what we do in the next game.
Yeah, 100%. And Cas and Lisandro have like a connection. And I think they would understand each other really well as far as like chemistry-wise, and they would understand each other quite well. So yeah, I would love to see that, honestly.
It's LDN says on the ball, Ugarte makes McTominay look like Kevin De Bruyne. To me, Leacher can be basically like what Stones was last season on the ball on the 6, and off the ball can drop back when Doggy pushes up. Yeah, it's a great point.
Yeah.
I agree with that, absolutely. In regards to the midfield, whether Amorim goes forward with that as an option, I still think that they're probably going to need a player potentially, depending. You look at, Bruno's going to be out for a month roughly, is what expected. I think Cobby's out for a week or two. Yeah. So there's reports that internal meetings are taking place to find solutions. But if they're going to go for anyone, it's not going to be an Anderson or Belieber. Are we thinking more like a Ruben Neves, a Gallagher, someone like that? And would it be worth doing it, reacting to bring a player in?
It depends. Like, it depends on how much we're going to spend, that sort of thing. I saw Ruben Neves on one of the images that you had on there.
Yeah.
And if there's any sort of truth to that, I'd love to have him over, because I think it's perfect for him.
Yeah. No, Sam was of the same opinion. He said the exact same thing, that he believes Neves could be the guy. Because even if you bring him in, like if you need depth options in there, which we do anyway, it could be interesting. Speaking of Sam, he's just literally put something in the chat. Manchester United are not ruling out signing a midfielder in January and have discussed Ruben Neves internally. Al Hilal would listen to offers in excess of 15 million for Neves.
15?
Yeah, 15 million. But that's from Ben Jacobs, so it's kind of like...
Oh, for shit.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, is it believable? I'm not entirely sure. But that would be perfect, though. Someone who's played in the Premier League, I believe he's still only 26, 27. So he's not past it.
Bro, the qualities that he has, like
do you remember
dead
we used to play
balls, corners, he would score us he would score against us every single time.
Every time.
All of that, yeah. Perfect, man.
Yeah, I'd go for that. If it's someone like Conor Gallagher, they mentioned it. For me, it's just another Ugarte for me. I think the guy's just average on the ball. He's industrious, but apart from that, it's kind of like Ruben Neves would excite me a lot more.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, because going forward, he's great. He can defend. He can pass. He would be ideal. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think one of the moves that's going to facilitate this, Civir, is going to be Joshua Zirkzee. Now, Fabrizio Romano reporting before that AS Roma are in advanced talks with Joshua Zirkzee on personal terms as he is their top target for January. But the deal depends on Manchester United as they have several players out with injury for AFCON. So obviously we're a little bit light as we were discussing before. What do you make of this?
It's up to him, really, because sometimes, I mean, we've heard reports that he wants to stay and fight for his place, but at the same time, he's not being used, right? The manager doesn't really fancy him, and to be honest, me personally, I'd if I could advise him, I'd just tell him to go, man. Like, just go where you're appreciated.
So
because
your advice for Antoine Semenyo is go City, and your advice for Zirkzee is just leave.
I'll just be honest.
Yeah.
I'll just be honest. Like he's like everyone knows. Like he's probably one of my favorite players on the team right now. Like I've been advocating for him, and it really annoys me when I see how fans like berate him. Like it's so. I just find it so unfair. Like he's not given the right. I don't think he's been given a fair opportunity, especially this season, to make an impact. And he's barely used. He's always just thrown on as a sub. This guy's subs never amount to anything. Like we've never had a positive impact from a substitution this season. Like no, I don't think any sub has come on and scored or won a game or done anything. Right. So I don't think so. If I'm wrong, please feel free to correct me.
I was trying to think off the top of my head then, but
no one has come on and done anything. Like every time he starts to make subs, like just nothing.
It was more Europa League last year.
Last year than this year. And then and whenever he starts to make subs, it just goes down the drain. Like that's when we start to lose, concede, and all that kind of stuff. So it really annoys me to see how fans just berate him. And he's a really good player. And I know that under another manager, in any other team, he'd do really well. Like if he's being utilized properly, he'd do really well. But then, so me personally, from a personal point of view, like I wish if I could tell him, I'd say, man, just go where you're appreciated, enjoy your football so you can make it back into the just team. And because there's no point being here and just being insulted every single time. Like at least the match going fans, at the very least, like they sing for him, so that's a bit of consolation for him. But I just hate what he's going through here, and I'd rather he goes and if he can make some money off it.
There's two sides to it. So I agree with an element of what you're saying in terms of Amorim. I don't think he marries with Amorim very well, and in terms of what he wants from a player. I think he could go elsewhere and be really good. I don't personally rate him as a striker because ultimately I think a striker's goal is to score, and within I know you're saying he might not have got a chance or he might not have been played in the right or whatever it is, but even still you look at he's probably played 30 games for us and scored 4 or 5 goals max. As a striker for United, it's kind of like it's still not good enough. I don't think he's selfish enough to play that role. Like if I'm looking at another player in the league who plays similar to him or certain aspects, it's someone like Voltemada at Newcastle, and he's bagging consistently, and he's only just joined the league as well. Like you have to have both sides of your game. You can't just be a good, make things look nice and have a good link-up play. Like,
but
I want to see more.
That's a little, yeah, I get what you're saying, but if you put Joshua Zirkzee in that sort of position or in that system, he might maybe not score as much as Bolton, but he'll score a lot more than 4-5 goals in what 30 games.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're gonna see how Sesko struggles in this team. Like he was. I was really upset that they took him off yesterday as
Yeah,
well.
I was
Like
annoyed. Yeah,
yeah, because you could see he was getting closer and closer. Like,
yeah.
and he could have actually done something. But this is the point I'm making. Like the way we play makes it really really difficult for the strikers. Like this, every striker that comes here would struggle, would underperform to a certain extent. And when you have a player like someone like Xerxes with those qualities, like it's just not going to work. And then you have a manager who just has one way of playing, who has no dynamism to his style of play. It's just he's a one trick pony. Even when he tries, it's just I don't expect anything from him anymore. To be honest, I really don't expect anything else like from the guy. So it's like we'll just see how it goes, man. And this actually goes. Guess what? We'll find another scapegoat. And this is what we do, and would very soon Sesko will be the scapegoat. Hoyland was the darling. He scored 16 goals under Ten Hag in that system, and then he started not scoring again, and then he became the butt of everyone's joke. It's going to happen again. So I'm not surprised, man.
The way this system works is, it feels like the striker's there to occupy the centre backs and create space
That's
for
what you're
the
there
other
for.
attackers in it,
Yeah.
which is why they've spent so much money on Cunha and Boomo, because they're going to be the guys to deliver effectively. But I don't know. I watched the game against Villa, and I think Sesko could have had a goal. Like he had some really good opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was one against Brighton as well. Like he's had a few where he's got in behind and his movement's been really good. And maybe a top class striker, a Kane or a Haaland, probably finishes it. But yeah,
But
it's interesting.
if you look at like chance creation, chances converted
Yeah,
among some of the top strikers. Like this isn't FIFA. Like people expect the striker to score every single chance that he has. Like it doesn't work that way. Like we've seen some of the best strikers miss goal their chances like so many times over and over. Like I think sometimes we just expect a little bit too much, or expectations are a little bit too high for some of these players, especially someone like Sesko who's young, come to a new league, sort of thing, the pressure, all that kind of stuff. I'm not making excuses for him, but I'm just saying sometimes, you have to give them time. And I think if Amorim just left him in, just, let him see the game out. Maybe he was tired, I don't know. But just let him see the game out. Like he was getting closer and closer, and maybe he could have got that goal that just gives him that little bit of confidence to go forward. Put Zirkzee on with Sesko. He can occupy players and then allow for Sesko to score. You need your strikers to start scoring, and that doesn't seem to be happening.
UTFR saying, any update on Toby Menyu's injury? I don't know if you've seen this.
So Toby.
Right. So me and Dan was doing a live yesterday, Civir. I put it in the chat. I don't know if you've seen it.
I saw, yeah.
Do you see someone put a typo in?
Yeah.
And me and Dan, honestly, we was crying, laughing. Like I had literally genuine tears in my eyes.
Toby
Menyu. Like it was. It sounds like such a thing, but at the time I was laughing. I burst out laughing. I was like, I don't know if he's meant that or if he is a typo. And then he started deleting all his comments. I was like, don't delete him. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, he got pissed off. Yeah.
He's now known as Toby Menyu, basically. Toby Menyu. I think from what I understand, it's probably around 2 weeks maximum. He's not going to be available for the Newcastle game. Ruben Amorim said that. So you're probably looking at the Wolves game or maybe just after that. It's bad timing that, in it, Chivy. When you think like he would have played, I imagine he would have started, and you could see even Amorim speaking about it. He was like, I think he's going to, and then gets injured in training. You're like, just no luck at all, has it?
No luck. And when he came on against, who did we just lose to? Villa? Yeah. No, not Villa. The game before Villa. Who did we just...
Bournemouth we drew to.
Bournemouth we drew to, yeah. When he came on, he looked sharp, man. On the ball, he was really good on the ball. Like, so like, I think sometimes it's just bad luck. Some players just have that. Well, I'm not saying he's one of them, but some moments, things happen, and then, you just kind of... it's just one of them ones. I felt really bad for him, man. He would have come in and maybe made a difference.
Your face is going to paint a picture in summer 2026 if Mainoo's not here and Zirkzee's gone and Amarin's still here. I think
Oh, guys, nah. Listen, after the Everton game, like I've disconnected since then. So now I'm not really emotionally attached anymore. Like I'm just waiting to feed out. Like this time next year we'll probably have a new manager, I think.
Are you fully convinced this guy is just not? He's just not gonna get to the level people may feel like he is. It's kind of he's reached his ceiling, quote unquote.
If he persists in playing this style of football, he will not reach that level. Like we'll be like 8th, 7th. We're just gonna bounce around there. Like that's where we're gonna be. That's his ceiling. I'm 100% convinced of that because you cannot concede this many goals and achieve anything. I don't care how many goals you're scoring. If you keep conceding, chances, if it's so easy to play against you, you can't finish your foot against Wolves. You can't. Oh, sorry, not Wolves. Your Everton, your Bournemouth. You can't hold on to leads. It adds up. Like he would have flashes of brilliance. Would have some good times. It would be great. Some comebacks. Would have the little romance periods and all that. But in the long run, we're not going to achieve anything under the sky. We'll probably just be a Europa or conference sort of thing. And this isn't like I don't have any. Me, Nick. I'm not like one of them agenda people. I'm just saying it how I see it. And I like him. Amarim. Like I like him as a person, and I really wish he could do well. But I don't see it. I'll be more than happy to be proven wrong on this one. Like more than happy.
I'm really in two minds, me, because I'm weighing up. I'm like, have we improved since last season on the pitch? Yeah, but then is that because the money that we spent on the attack, like most teams would improve if you had spent 200 million and brought in the players that we have? But it's at the back that's the biggest issue. You can't be conceding 4 at Old Trafford and scoring 4. Like scoring 4 goals at Old Trafford and not winning the game is criminal. Right, like playing against a 10-man Everton, the tactical naivety to not take a centre back off and go more attacking, and then I feel like he went more attacking in the last games because he got told to, and it was like, and it's almost trying to reinvent the wheel. I don't know. I'm really lost with it because I think.
Sorry, go on.
I was just saying, we've beaten Brighton, right, at home, who we always lose to Brighton. Everyone knows that. They've been a bogey team for us for a long, long time. We've beaten Liverpool despite, I know they're in a shit season or whatever, but we beat them at Anfield the first time in 10 years. We beat Crystal Palace, who usually beat us as well. And we absolutely played Villa, excuse the thing, off the park.
We did.
We was by far the better team than them, and by far the better team than Arsenal, in my opinion. We played them in the first game of the season. So when I see little bits like that, I'm like, there's something there. I just never know if it's going to come to fruition or not. That's the only thing that I'm stuck with.
And that's something you're saying. That thing that you're referring to is like I said, it's just conceding all the chances. Like if so, let's take yesterday for an example. Like if I'm a tricky winger, like Morgan Rogers, or like if I'm a techie winger, what the one thing I would love to see is a centre back in the white spaces. Like if I have a centre back in front of me in the white, I'm happy every single day. And we somehow get to see our centre backs in those kind of white spaces, whether it's the left hand side or the right hand side. Somehow they're always isolated with the player, and it's so easy to go past them. And there's so many spaces. Like so many times I could have paused the game yesterday. I was watching it with a friend of mine, and she was just laughing the whole time because I would pause it and just scream at the TV. I was like, look how much space there is. And 2 seconds later, there's a player running in there. Like, it's so easy. And
and you know what,
don't know
well,
if he,
on that spacing thing, just whilst you're on it, I identified. So in the Bournemouth game, I literally called it shot for shot how it was going to happen. In the Bournemouth game, there were 2 goals that we conceded. So it was Evan Nilsson. As soon as the second half came in and he ran through the middle, picked it up, Evan gave him too much space and finished. Krupa for the 4th goal that they scored, the equaliser.
Yeah.
Literally a replica goal. I said to Dan in the pre-match build-up, he's like, "What do you see happening in this game?" I said, "Morgan Rogers is if we get the space that we did to Bournemouth on Monday night at Old Trafford, he's gonna absolutely punish her. He's one of the best players in the league at the minute, and that's what they did, and they did it twice. If you do it once, you're kind of like, right, okay, but it happened twice. Dallo for the second Rogers goal allowed the cross to come in. Heaven didn't anticipate Watkins getting in front of him, and then Yoro again just not close enough to it at all.
Look! Yeah, I can't believe I'm even saying this, but look at what Arsenal do. Like, they are boring, like right now, but no one's getting that much space.
No.
Even if you do, you're being marshaled to the side. There's two people on you. You don't get that time on the ball. Like, they don't do that, and this is why they don't concede. That's the number one thing. They do not concede that many goals, and then we're just so easy to play against. So my reason for saying Amorim won't succeed is not because I hate the guy or one of those. I'm just saying based on how I've seen him play. I don't think he's going to get away with it in the Premier League. He might go to La Liga or some other places, but in the Prem, it's not happening.
Oh, leaves food for thought on it, because if any team showed a little bit of consistency, you'd probably get European football. I mean, there's never been a more open Premier League table right now than what you're looking at. Teams are dropping points left, right, and centre everywhere. And if you just shot, that's the annoying thing. We've had 4 opportunities in the past, 4 opportunities to go into the top 5, and we've not took we've not took one.
Twice we could have been second. Twice,
and not even been that good to do it.
Yeah.
You just had to beat West Ham.
Yeah.
And you just had to beat Everton with 10 men.
Yeah, that's it. With 10 men, that's it. Twice we could have been second.
And you went 4-3 up against Bournemouth in like the 80th minute. Could you not see a game? That was another thing that the tactical naivety there. Going 4-3 up and still going attacking. And people might reward him for that and praise him for that and saying, oh, it's courage, it's risk. No, 3 points on the table, man. You're 4-3 up. You've played an exciting game. Your money's with the fans there anyway, because they've really watched a good game. See the game out, stodge it out, fucking, do what you need to do, and get the points on the board. That to me was just.
You manage a game. Yeah. That's the difference between a manager and the team and a first team coach.
Yeah.
You manage a game. This is why people like Jose were like successful, because they knew how to. What game was it when? It was against City when Chris Smalling scored that 3rd goal.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately he scores the goal. The bench erupts. Jose doesn't even celebrate. He immediately turns around, gets someone on. Immediately. Yeah. He just starts signaling for someone to come on. This is the man. That's it. This is what they do. He didn't even celebrate. It was just, get someone on immediately. So it's one of them ones. Hopefully, I would love to be wrong. And I really hope Amorim, develops some sort of maturity, or sees, maybe gets an epiphany and changes the way he plays, and then we're successful. But I don't see that happening.
No, and we've got the mighty Newcastle next season.
We're losing that. We're not winning out.
I don't know, because Newcastle, as good as they are at home, they are conceding a lot of goals, and they've not been great away from home either. They've not been good. So I really don't know with this team. If they put in a performance like they did against Aston
Chelsea.
Villa, no, United. If they put
United,
like they did against Aston Villa, then I'm never okay with losing. But if you play like that, there's something to get behind, and there's something to be like, okay, hopefully we get a few players back, we can do this. But I don't know.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We don't have to be. Newcastle doesn't have to be good to beat us. That's the thing. They don't. They really don't have to be good. We just make it easy for people. We're so easy to play against. That's the point. This is what I'm trying to say. They don't have to come on and be on blistering form. They can score us. They can score against us, and we don't score. I don't know how that's gonna happen, man. But yeah. Hopefully we win. But I don't see it.
Well, it's nice to see so many of you in the chat, by the way. It's been very interactive, and you've been getting involved in the stories. I'll just read the last few comments out, and then we'll get going. UTFR saying, any news on Ruben Neves? I haven't seen anything for a couple of days, but it'd be a great signing for us. Yeah, so Ben Jacobs has just been reporting on that scenario, saying he's available for 15 million, and the reason why he's available for that is because he's got a year left on his contract with the team in Saudi. So that's something that United are looking at, but then United are looking at fucking 5,000 players that they could potentially bring in. So I wouldn't get too excited just yet. I'd wait for an Ornstein basically to be like, okay, United are going to push forward with this. But we said it at the start. I'd be happy with it. Niche fan saying Zirkzee is better than Rodgers, and no, he's not. Shut up. No, he's not. Sorry, I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be rude and say
read the rest of the comment.
Zirkzee's better than Rodgers, and we're talking about getting rid of him. Right. I'm sorry. Morgan Rodgers is one of the best players in the Premier League in a minute. I'm not having that. Yesterday reminded me Yoro's still very inexperienced. Communication and leadership was needed in defence to get him in the right positions, but no one in that defence yesterday will take on that job. Any game Ugarte plays, I don't trust us to get yeah.
But it's funny enough because when I watched the highlights, like, I was watching it earlier today, like I think it was the second goal. He wasn't marking anyone. He was in the box. If you watch it back, just watch him. He was like in the box, not marking anyone. And literally Morgan ran towards them. Like, I know Yoro was there and, but like there was no pressure. Like he could have added that extra bit of pressure. But yeah.
He's tough watch. He's a tough watch, man. I never want to play to do. Obviously, I want him to do well, and I thought when him signing from PSG, we could get a decent deal. But you watch the guy play football.
I'm still hoping.
If you're still hoping, fair play to you, mate. Because
I'm still hoping that somehow they find it because he's got the qualities. Like we can use him. There's so many.
What qualities though are you alluding to? Because I don't see it. I just
Nick, do you remember when you and I were watching and we were like, this guy's a cheat code? Like he's the way he was intercepting the balls, like he was just paused and that. But like,
that.
The
way he was touching the balls, like
yeah, but like
that was like he's 3 games or something, 4 games, and then we never saw it again.
He's not a bad player. He's just playing in a very shit system that doesn't get the best out of him. We've talked about this with Cass before, remember? He's not a bad player. It's just the system that we play in is just not made for him. It's not. So if honestly, like if we can make money off him in the summer, like I would like for him to just have a good run of games. Then maybe we can see 30-35 million for him. That's what I think. But
well, I'd imagine he's probably going to be playing a lot more minutes in the next couple of weeks anyway. So if you've ever had an opportunity or a moment to change people's minds or change my mind, then you've got it now for the next couple of weeks. He'll probably end up playing Leacher in there or something. Foot knows.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I think Ugarte is done. To be honest, I'm just wishing. So, but I think it's done. Sadly, man.
What a place to leave it. Really appreciate everyone who's tuned in. Please do leave a like on the video for us as a little Christmas present. That'd be great. Subscribe to the channel as well. We're pushing for 40,000 subscribers, which is insane. So appreciate the community in the chat. If you want to drop us a follow over on socials, you want to get your transfer fix and your news fix, Sam does a really good job on Instagram. There's everything that covers the club.
Killing it, yeah.
Yeah, over on there, in depth, whether it's academy players, some stuff with Reece Bennett at the minute, who's speaking about his dad, and suicide and stuff, and some really interesting stories. So, go check that out, and then TikTok and X as well. We're on there on social, so appreciate any kind of follows and interactions. We'll be back tomorrow with some more news. It's very busy around United at the minute, so keep an eye out on the YouTube. Turn on the notification bell so you don't